How many of you know this Tigray region? Tigray. You don't know. How many of you know? Do you know something is happening in Tigray region? Are you reading newspapers? It has been happening since last, I think, 1.5 year. Tigray. Recently, some elections. Ethiopia. In Ethiopia, something is happening. Do you know that? You don't know. You don't have. But do you know? You are not reading. So something is happening in Ethiopia. It has been happening since so many days. So it's better to have some idea what is that region and what is the problem and what exactly, because it is associated with one issue. Because in the year 2019, the Ethiopian Prime Minister got Nobel Prize to resolve some conflict. Peace Prize, 2019 Peace Prize. Ethiopian Prime Minister. Who is that Ethiopian Prime Minister? Abiy Ahmed. Abiy Ahmed. He was given Peace Prize. So now I'll try to deal this. And Vipin, can we get internet here? No. Can? Just I want to open one map. Just connect it. I'll show the Ethiopia map. I'm asking, is it okay? It's fine? Okay. So this is, no, if you don't, if you can't see, then I can go for another map. That's what I'm saying. See, this is, okay. So now the conflict is happening in Ethiopia, Eritrea, and this is what we call it as Tigray region. It may not be that much area, but this is the Tigray region. So the Tigray is, or Tigray, whatever you call it as, Tigray or Tigray is the northern part of Ethiopia. Northern part of Ethiopia, and it is in between Eritrea and Ethiopia. It is in between Eritrea and Ethiopia. Now, I'll explain the history of this, and later I'll come to this conflict so that you can understand it clearly. See, when it comes to this history of Eritrea and Ethiopia, it has way back started in 1889. In 1889, what was happened in 1889 was the Eritrean king at that point of time, the feudal, was died, and after that it has taken over by Italy. It has taken over by Italy. So it was the colony of Italy, Eritrea. And in Ethiopia, it was still with their whatever the local people or the local lords are, like how we have the Mughals and all, like they have their own local kings. But Eritrea went into the hands of Italy in the year 1889. And after that, it was completely came into the hands of the Italy in 1892. In 1892, and when this Mussolini came to power, and who is Mussolini? Benito Mussolini. He was the dictator of Italy. And have you studied that world history and all? He was a dictator of Italy. And when this Benito Mussolini came to power in the 1922, and he started ruling this Eritrea. Eritrea was the colony. But one of the reason, if you study for the Second World War, the Italy has started occupying, the war sequence starts from the Italy started occupying Ethiopia or Abyssinia. Have you studied that point? Have you studied one of the reason? There are many reasons, but one of the reason. So then Italy has also started attacking this Ethiopia because it's close to Eritrea. Eritrea was already a colony to Italy since 1892. Now there was a war that led to Second World War, and in the Second World War, Italy has won or has lost the war? In Second World War, Italy won or lost? It has lost. Italy, what are the powers that are Italy, Germany, Japan, Axis powers. Italy, Germany, Japan. These were lost. And the moment when they lost the war, this entire Eritrea and Ethiopia, they are all comes under the Britain. Because Britain is a rival force. They are all comes into the hands of Britain. But anyhow, this Britain handed over this Ethiopia to the existing rulers because the history of Italian rule in Ethiopia was so short. But whereas the history of Italian rule in Eritrea was a long period. Now what British has decided is Ethiopia wanted to give to the Ethiopians. There were rulers, but the question comes about this Eritrea. What to do with this Eritrea? They said based on the religious lines, they wanted to give some part of Eritrea to the Ethiopia and some part of Eritrea to Sudan, because Sudan was already a colony of Britain. They wanted to divide this Eritrea into two, to give some parts to the Sudan and some parts to the Ethiopia. Is it clear to this point? Now, what happened is in the 1950, at that point of time, there is no country called Eritrea. In the 1950, and anyhow, this is a headless, and there is no president and all. It's completely under Britain. In the 1950, the Ethiopian ruler, I don't want to give the name because it's very difficult for you to remember, Haile Selassie. It's not necessary. Anyhow, Ethiopian ruler has started annexed this Eritrea and also some of the Somaliland, Somalia, started annexing. Ethiopian ruler has started annexing Eritrea and Somalia. Now in the 1962, what happened is, by that time, when they were occupied in the 1951, Britain came to a settlement and Britain said like, okay, Eritrea is a stateless. I cannot create a new state. Let's have an agreement with you. What type of agreement? There must be a federal agreement between Ethiopia and Eritrea. Federal agreement in the sense, federal means only few powers are there with the Ethiopia, like foreign affairs, external affairs, communication, and remaining thing all Eritrea can do. Eritrea can do on its own. That's what the agreement. That was happened in the 1951 with the mediation of the Britain. Now what happened is, in the 1962, the feudal ruler of Ethiopia had successfully cancelled that federation and has completely annexed the Eritrea. But before that, in the 1958, the Eritrean people have started fighting for an independence from Ethiopia. Why always we say like it's an ethnic conflict? They are not fighting for the freedom from the colonial power. They are fighting from their own power. That's the thing. They are not fighting against Britain, or they are not fighting against somebody else. They are fighting against their own neighbor in the 1958. And Eritrean Liberation Front, they have started. Eritrean Liberation Front. In the 1958, they have started. And in the 1962, the ruler of Ethiopia thought like it's very difficult for us if we go with all these movements, and he cancelled all that federation and he has annexed this entire Eritrea completely. Once this has annexed, there are some people in this Eritrea and Ethiopia, they are common to this region. We call it as Tigris or Tigris. Tigris or Tigris. The people who belongs to this Tigray language, actually Tigray is a language, Tigrini. Tigrini is the language. The people who spoke Tigrini language are normally living in this northern part of Ethiopia and the southern part of Eritrea. In this border, normally these people, Tigrini people, Tigrini language, we call them as Tigray. Now we are calling it as Tigray region. Now what happened is, after the annulling, that means cancellation of the federation, the Ethiopian rulers were, no, they are so strong and they are so cruel and they have done a lot of atrocities. And up to this Tigray people has felt like it is something, ethnic conflict, and these ethnic people are not doing any justice for us. That is what the Tigray people thought. Now ultimately, already the Eritrea people are want to do a revolt against the Ethiopian ruler, and with them this Tigray people has also joined. Now both the Tigray people and Eritrean forces, that means Eritrean Liberation Front people, they both joined the hands together and they fought against Ethiopia, and that is how they have liberated themselves in the year 1991. That means in the year 90, they have started a party in 1958, and in the 1962 that federation was cancelled and they have become one country. But the Eritrean people and as well as the Tigray people both have joined together and they fought against the Ethiopian forces. That is how they have liberated. That means Eritrea has liberated from Ethiopia in the year 1991. 1991. And at that point of time, this Eritrean Liberation Front has become Eritrean Liberation People Front. Eritrean Liberation People Front. So with this Eritrean Liberation People Front and with the Tigray people, they have joined. And there is another called TPLF. Tigray People Liberation Front, Eritrean Liberation People Front. These two joined together and they fought against the Ethiopia, and ultimately Eritrea was liberated. And after this war, in that war, these two groups are succeeded over this Ethiopia. And in the year 1993, with the intervention of United Nations, there was a referendum conducted. In that referendum, Eritrea people said, we want a separate state. We want a separate state. And that is how this Eritrea was finally formed in the year 1993. So prior to that, there was no country called Eritrea. Try to understand. Prior to that, there was no country called Eritrea. And some historians will still tell that both are the colonies of Italy, but both are not colonies of Italy for a same period of time. Eritrea was a colony for a long time, but Ethiopia was for a shorter time. Now what happened is, when this entire liberation is happening, at that point of time, there was some issue. There was some issue. Issue of what? Issue of this some border town, border areas. There are some issue of this border town. And that town we call it as Badme. Badme town. Badme town. The issues are related to with that Badme town. And what exactly that issues? What exactly that issues? This town belongs to whom? Because ethnically these people are belong to us and ethnically these people are belong to them. That is what exactly the issue. With that, there are some border conflict, some ceasefire happened. They have agreed to some extent, they have disagreed again. But the issue of this border town region is continuing between Ethiopia and Eritrea. Ethiopia and Eritrea. Now, anyhow, in the Ethiopian war, along with Eritreans, the Tigray people has also fought. And now the Tigray people won in the Ethiopia. Now the Tigrays or the Tigray people had become the rulers of Ethiopia. So Eritreans got their own state. Tigray people came to power. Even though Tigray people came to war, both are fought together, but still they are confronting with respect to these border regions. Border regions. Now here Tigray people have started ruling. Tigray people have started ruling. And now I'm giving the ethnic composition in Ethiopia so that you can understand the conflict of Tigray. Just I'm writing here in this, the Somalis are 6.2%. Somalis are 6.2%. Tigray people are around 6.1%. There is a tribe called Oroma. Oroma are around 34.5%. And there are some Amhara around 26.9%. 26.9%. This was the composition. That means the majority people are Oromas and Amharas, but now the power is in the hands of Tigrays. And Tigrays are such a cruel people. They are cruel than the earlier lords or the earlier feudals. And they have successfully run the country from 1995 to 2010. 1995 to 2010. And after that also there are some other political parties who started ruling. But this 1995 to 2010 was such a bad period for Ethiopia under the Tigray's rule. Under the Tigray's rule. The government of Ethiopia, we call it as EPRDF. It's not necessary, but EPRDF means it's a government. It's a government of Ethiopia. And from 1995 to 2010, the head of this EPRDF was the Tigray people. They were so cruel. They have harassed many people. They have arrested. There is no human rights. And they are mostly suppressed these Oromas and Amharas. And they are the minority. That too, they are owning only 6.1% of the vote share. Now what happened is, suddenly there was a political change that happened in Ethiopia. A political change that happened in Ethiopia. And a new ruler called this Abiy Ahmed came to power. Abiy Ahmed came to power. And this Abiy Ahmed is from the Oroma. Abiy Ahmed is from Oroma Democratic Party. That means after so many years, a majoritarian party leader has become the prime minister to this country, Oroma. Now what he thought is, he was a young and he worked in some intelligence bureau, something like an office in existing Ethiopia. Now what he thought is, how long we will conflict with Eritrea? With Eritrea. Because already there was an agreement signed in the year 2000, but unfortunately we are not agreed. What about this Badme region? Badme region. As he come to power, he brought a lot of reforms, political reforms, economic reforms, some of the civilian reforms, democratic reforms, social reforms, everything. And the people who were under the suppression of Tigray, those who are languishing in the jails, now they are released. Now they are released. A lot of democracy, a lot of human rights, new path for the development of the country has brought. That is how he was the visionary Abiy Ahmed. And at the same time, what he has done is, he concluded a peace deal with Eritrea. That means already peace deals were there, but he has implemented. What he was done is, this Badme region, they are saying ethnically this region is belong to them, and the people in Badme region are mostly belong to them. That is the reason why they want this. That is how they have handed over this Badme to Eritrea. Badme to Eritrea. Now with this, the peace prevailed between the two states called Eritrea and Ethiopia. For that, this Abiy Ahmed has given Nobel Peace Prize in the year 2019. And why these two people want to make a deal? Because Eritrea don't want to spend a lot of money on defense. Moreover, if you clearly observe, Ethiopia is a landlocked country. Did really Ethiopia is having a sea outlet? No, it is not having. Otherwise, you think that Ethiopia is a coastal country. No, Ethiopia is not a coastal. Ethiopia is a landlocked country, Somalia, Djibouti and Eritrea. And they wanted the sea outlet also. They wanted sea outlets and they wanted a peaceful neighbor. And anyhow, because of the reforms that are brought by this Abiy Ahmed and also the concluded peace deal with Eritrea, and he has resolved the long-standing demand of 30 years. That is how he has awarded Nobel Peace Prize. Now, after that, what happened is, actually, who were in rule for last 30 years? It is Tigray people. Tigray people don't want to give this Badme region to Eritrea, but now it has given. Now it has given. So they have lost the Badme, first point. Second point is, all the political prisoners were released. Second point, all the political prisoners were released, which are maybe put in prison by the Tigray government. Now, after Abiy Ahmed became the prime minister, all the senior level positions will be filled by Oromas or Amharas, but not with this Tigray people. Tigray people were removed completely. Now he said, you Tigray people, you cannot rule like a monarchy. You please join in our government. Let me share some power in a democratic manner. But they don't want to do that. They want to win the next election and they want to again go with autocracy and all. They are not supporting. They are not participating. Even in a resolved border, they are creating some conflicts. That is why what he has tried is, he wanted to convey the Tigray people, but they are not listening. So he wanted to do a military action in this Tigray region. In this Tigray region. That is how a military started attacking in Tigray area. Lot of human right violation. Lot of humanitarian aid was sent by United Nations to this Tigray people. Still, they are not participating. And recently, elections conducted in Ethiopia. This Abiy Ahmed has again become the prime minister, but still elections were not conducted in this Tigray region. Moreover, now Eritrea is also joining with Ethiopia. Why it is joining? Because this is a border area and these people are creating a lot of ruckus in the border area, and we wanted to get rid of all these people. That is the reason why Eritrea is now joined hands with the Ethiopia to fight against the Tigray people. To fight against the Tigray people. But the point you need to understand, at one point of time, the Eritreans and Tigray people joined together and they fought against the Ethiopia. But now the Ethiopians and Eritreans are joined hands together to fight against the Tigray people. Because the thing is, these people are become a very disturbing factor in this border area. These people are becoming a disturbing factor in this area. But one thing you need to understand clearly here, it is an Ethiopian government which don't want to give this Badme region to the Eritrea, because they said like it's culturally belongs to us. But at that point of time, the ruler was the Tigray ruler. But now the entire rule has changed. Now someone has become the ruler. Now this ruler is saying, I will give this territory to that. And because of we'll get the border conflict and both the people has come together, now they are fighting against this minority Tigray. The Tigray people has also committed a lot of human right violations. But now your own republic, with the help of neighboring country, is killing its own people. A republic should not kill its own people. But now the Republic of Ethiopia is killing its own people with the help of Eritrea. This is what exactly the conflict that is happening in this Tigray region. That is what exactly happening in Tigray region. Because these Tigray people are not allowing to build relations between the two things. This is exactly the problem with a lot of countries. Because you may see like, okay, I am a different nation, I want to join. Both the people want to join. But when it comes to the interest of the ethnic people, if until and unless you solve the ethnic people demand, it's perhaps not possible to have a good relations between the two countries. And unfortunately, the tribal identity or the tribal separatism has actually bringing a disturbance between the two countries called Eritrea and Ethiopia. So is it clear? Where is Tigray? Where is Ethiopia? Where is Eritrea? Which sea route did really Ethiopia is a landlocked country or having a coastal area? And what was the history of Ethiopia? When this Eritrea was formed? Prior to that, it was joined with Ethiopia. And prior to that, it was a colony to Italy. And who are these Tigray people? What was the conflict between Eritrea and Ethiopia? Why the Abiy has got Nobel Prize? And now what these Tigray people, what atrocities they have done? Now who was the ruler? From which ethnicity he belongs to? And why he is so cruel towards this Tigray people and why he is attacking? And why Eritrea is again supporting the Ethiopia? Clear? Hardly you will get prelims question. Hardly you will get prelims question. I don't expect any mains question on this, even as a part of the world history. But we don't know. Just have an information. But just when it comes to the neighboring countries of Ethiopia, please remember Eritrea, North Sudan, South Sudan, Kenya, Somalia, Djibouti. It's a completely landlocked country. Completely landlocked country. And did it have any border with Uganda? No. No, it's having Kenya, it is having with Kenya and it is having with South Sudan. Okay, just have an idea about geography. Don't think like Ethiopia is something having a coast. No, Ethiopia is a landlocked country. Capital is Addis Ababa. So this is some information related to Tigray, because it's very difficult. You can't understand through newspapers until and unless you have some historical understanding. But in newspaper normally you say, okay, now there was a news in newspaper like now Addis Ababa or this Abiy Ahmed recognized the presence of Eritrean forces in Tigray. You will get this news, but you don't understand why he recognized, because by that time already Eritrean forces enter into the Tigray, but Ethiopia is not recognizing and Ethiopia is not revealing that fact. Ethiopia is not revealing that fact. But now Ethiopia has revealed that, okay, along with the Eritrean forces and we people are fighting. And why you are fighting? For maintaining a good relations. And what are these people? These people are becoming like a threat. These people are so cruel. They have devastated entire country. With their for own selfish interest or tribal interest, they have ruined the country. Now we wanted to entering into a modern age. We are asking them to support. They are not coming forward. They are still with their old mindset. That's what. But anyhow, when any humanitarian some devastation happen, definitely people will fight for that. But anyhow, Abiy Ahmed is not a monarchy. You don't want to take the country into dictatorship. He wanted to establish a democracy, but unfortunately these people are not supporting that democratic process. Okay.
Amrita IAS Academy.